Comicbook.com, which is where I'm from. The reason why I have to start with that is because you lost some comic books recently, or not lost, they were stolen from you.
A while ago.
What's the update on that situation? Have you got any back?
The only one I did find back was Action 1. The rest are still missing. But I have to be careful what I say to you, because more than any other outlet in the media, the comic book just spreads like wildfire, and I know that whatever we talk about here is going to trump everything else that we're talking about, in the true sense of the word, because people are so obsessed with comic books and comic book movies. But the interesting thing about it was, even when I was all of 11 years old, I had no doubt that when the technology in filmmaking got to a certain level, that the comic book stories and the colors of the characters would overtake the industry, and it did. It happened.
Do you mind if I ask you one more comic book question?
No. We're talking.
I loved you as Spider-Man Noir and Into the Spider-Verse. That character is getting a live-action series on Amazon now. Are you going to have any involvement with that? And in general, what was your reaction to the announcement?
Well, I think it's a wonderful character. It's a character that lends itself to channeling some of my favorite noir movie stars. And it doesn't matter if new generations do not know who Bogart is or Cagney is. The point is that those vocalizations, or Edward G. Robinson, those rhythms worked. They work on camera. They work in terms of the way they sound. And I think this character, Spider-Man, for me is the coolest superhero. And I think to have that combined with a noir, like 1930s golden age movie star attitude, makes it one of the most exciting of all the superhero characters.
Very excited to see his future. In this movie, Renfield eats bugs to reach his full power. What's something unorthodox from your life that you've brought into your career that helps you reach into that next level?
Unorthodox. I don't know. It seems like everything is. I feel blessed that now I've been doing it for so long that nothing really feels unorthodox. It seems like everything is game to get to the truth of the character, and I feel blessed that I've worked with creative people that help me find it naturally. But it's always a collaboration. It's always a collaborative effort.
Any good luck charm or anything? Robert Kirkman told me he's got a lucky mechanical pencil that helps him draft his scripts.
Oh, I like that. I'm not surprised. He's such an inventive writer and thinker. Yeah, I always have my little trinkets that I think might help augment the imagination, so you don't feel like you're acting, you feel like you are the character, but those are sort of private.
Are we doing comic books? Can we talk comic books?
We can talk comic books. That was actually one of my questions. I was going to start with a Teddy Long question. Not Teddy Long, Teddy Lobo question. But I want to talk to you about frickin' Plastic Man.
Oh, my
Okay, very recently, pardon my French, James Gunn tweeted a picture, a whole bunch of DC characters. You spotted Plastic Man, zoom and enhance, you said, yes.
It's my dream.
Have you had a chance to talk to him about it?
Listen, James, I love James. I actually think I would love to be directed by him in anything. The fact that he's doing Superman makes me so excited. I have to assume by now he knows that I would love to play it. But listen, he's got a whole universe to make. So if I ever get to play that character, it would be the actual dream come true. I have so many ideas and so many, I just love that character. But if not, I'll be watching.
We're all looking forward to it. Another thing we're looking forward to is
What
Sonic.
are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? Trades.
Have you done 8 Million Genies or no?
Not yet.
Great.
I'll add it to my list.
Lovely.
I'm currently in a Batman phase, Long Halloween, Red Hood, everything.
Did you talk to Robert?
Oh, we talked yesterday,
Okay,
but I'm going to try to get him again. I have more
He's the
Walking
best.
Dead questions.
Okay.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The question I have to ask you is about Sonic 3. One of my best friends in the world is the biggest fan, and I kid you not, he cried in the theater when he dragged me to go see Sonic 2. I had never heard of it.
This is an adult person?
This is an adult person my age.
That makes me so happy. That is, whenever I do that, whenever I do those movies, I try to really bring some heart into it. That I want to try to make people feel things and then hit them with the comedy, stuff like that. So your friend, that makes me so happy.
I felt like we were watching Video Game Endgame on the big screen, but we have another movie coming out. It's going to be even bigger and better. Have you read the script? What's the process on the development?
I don't know anything about it. I know that, I know Jim Carrey had said that he might retire. I hope that we all get to come back and do another one because I would love it. I mean, that's one of my favorite characters. So my hope of all hopes is that all of us come back and we get to make another one. And then we get to add a Shadow.
Of course.
That would be incredible. So I hope that it keeps going. I hope that I keep doing it because I love that franchise so much.
That's what all the fans are waiting for. One final question. Renfield in this movie eats bugs to tap into his higher power.
Yes.
What's something unorthodox, a lucky charm, something in your career that you use to help you reach that next level?
I ate a bug yesterday because someone made me, but that doesn't bring me to the next level. If anything, it leveled me down. I feel like I lost experience points and I really hurt myself off that. What's something that I do? You know what I do sometimes? It really helps. Sometimes it's just like shooting around by myself to like zone me out and just like
Basketball?
have fun. Yeah. Play basketball. What other one is there? Did I just make a mistake?
Nothing else.
Oh my God! If you're like, a lot of kids are saying shooting around is when you like eat a bunch of grilled cheese sandwiches and then shoot them out of your mouth or something like that. But yeah, something like that. And playing video games really relaxes me. Those are the things that make me like excited and get me going.
A movie I loved you in last year, though, was The Menu, where you got to star opposite Anya Taylor-Joy. And she's stepping into your world in the Mad Max world. She's playing Furiosa. The fact that it's a prequel leaves it open for more Nux possibly. Do you think that there's more story to tell with your character from the Mad Max Fury Road?
Not with Nux. I mean, I knew going into Fury Road, I kind of knew all of Nux's life up until the moment we meet him in that film. And obviously as a prequel, it's earlier and Nux would have maybe just about been born. And I don't think I could play a 6-month-old or a year-old.
Fair enough.
It would be a stretch for me.
You guys both have such great chemistry. Anything we can see when on screen together would be phenomenal.
Anya's going to do an incredible job with that character. From what I've heard from her and knowing George directing, it's going to be a really special film. So I'm excited to see it just as a fan.
I'm from Comicbook.com. I got to ask you about Beast. You had a very small cameo in Deadpool 2.
Yes.
Deadpool 3, there's possibly some characters coming back. If they gave you the call, would you be interested?
Oh, I love the Deadpool movies, and you know that came about the cameo. We had a lot of fun doing it, so I felt lucky to be in that movie, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. And also, as someone who grew up with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, I'm happy that he's back.
I want to talk to you about Renfield to start off. What attracted you to this project? What made you want to dive into this kind of comedic side of Dracula?
Well, I'm a big fan of employment. I cling to it, I embrace it, I support it, I'm a big proponent of it. But seriously, when you hear Nicolas Cage as Dracula, that's it, I'm in.
Very fair.
Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, I mean, I've been watching this relationship in movies my entire life. Like, I'm a big fan of Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I mean, the whole line of them. So yeah, I'm in.
What movies that you've watched in the past did you kind of see in kind of the DNA of this film?
Well, I think we'll see quite a few homages to some of the classics, like from Bela Lugosi and on forward. And I feel like that's something Chris McKay, our director, did very smartly, because he has a respect for the tradition of Universal's horror movies, but at the same time, he has very much a modern twist to it, a very sort of like twisted humor to it. And that balance between horror and humor, I mean, people love it. I love it. And we can see it in all the media now. Like We Walk in the Shadows and all these other things. So yeah, it's a big night and it's a big movie.
Something you got on your schedule that I'm so curious about is this Pop-Tarts movie. Have you had the chance to watch? I know a final cut is out there. Have you had the chance to see any of the footage? What can you tell us about the Pop-Tarts movie at this point in time?
You will laugh your ass off. I mean, it is the funniest thing I've ever done. I'm not even kidding. And Jerry Seinfeld, Melissa McCarthy, Jim Gaffigan, Peter Dinklage. I mean, it just goes on. And it's a real homage to classic older movies that are funny with big, huge all-star casts. I was just grateful to be a part of it.
This movie has so much action in it, and a lot of the actors that are involved in the high action scenes are ones who are experienced. You know, Nicolas Cage played Ghost Rider, Nicholas Hoult played Beast in X-Men. How easy was it to get these guys in those action set pieces?
The actors on this film are as pro as it gets. They were able to pick up choreography that, I mean, your most seasoned stunt people would take weeks and weeks to learn and perfect. And the actors in this film were able to pick it up and play it back almost instantaneously. They came in and they not only memorized the choreography, but they automatically added layers and layers of character and everything to it. So rather than it being us teaching them the fight scene, it was more like we would give them the ideas and they would just continue to elevate them and create something really, really epic every time.
It was very special. One narrative thing I wanted to ask you about, Renfield in this movie eats bugs to get to his full power. What's something unorthodox from your life that you've brought into your career that helps you reach that next level?
Smelling salts.
Any reason why?
Well, I grew up doing martial arts, competing in martial arts, and then performing, doing live shows and everything. And I did pre-workout drinks and lots of caffeine and all that fun stuff, and started doing smelling salts to really become alert. And when it's like a life or death situation, when you're on fire, when you're doing a big wire gag or something, sometimes the smelling salts make a big difference.